Alright, you guys, so here is a walkthrough through Romanza. So we're just going to start at the very beginning, and the very beginning is just what the right hand pattern is, which is an arpeggio that always goes A-M-I, A-M-I 3 times. So A is always on the first string, M on the second, and I on the third. So you're always doing A-M-I, A-M-I, A-M-I. Now, since it's grouped in threes, because it's in 3-4, we actually play our sixth string with our thumb open most of the time, along with that first beat. Sometimes that bass string changes, but the pattern is always the same. It's thumb and A, P and A at the same time, M, I. So it's still an A-M-I arpeggio, it's just that the thumb is lined up with A for the very first beat of each group of 3 beats. So it works like this. Together for 1, M, I, and then its second beat, A, M, I, third beat, A, M, I. So this is a great pattern to just work on, even if you're not doing any of the left hand stuff. It's really nice to have this pattern really solid in your right hand. So P and A together, M, I, A, M, I, A, M, I, and then together, M, I, A, M, I. Okay, and then we just combine that with notes that change a little bit on the first string. So for a while, that's all we do is different notes on the first string, and then eventually we'll get to a chord. So I'm going to go up to there. Remember, it's best to remember this melody in groups of 3 numbers or notes. So I'm just going to give you guys fret numbers. So it starts with 3 7s, and we play, of course, a bass note at the very beginning. So 7, 7, 7. Then it's 7 5 3, and then 3 2 0. Then 0 3 7. 12, 12, 12, and 12, 10, 8. And 8 should be your pinky, your 4th finger on your left hand. Everything up to there, it doesn't matter too much which left hand finger you use. But that spot, because we're about to set up a chord, needs to be your pinky. Okay? And then our first chord is a half bar along with that pinky note on 8. And that half bar is at the 5th fret, so half bar meaning half the strings, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string barred, and then pinky is on the 8th fret. And we're going to have that down for 6 melody notes, which is 2 measures. And also, our right hand thumb is going to move over to the 5th string, to A, while we do this. So our first beats are now going to be A with our A finger. So note A with our thumb, with our finger A. And the melody there is 8 7 5, and then 5 7 8. The bar is 5, so basically we're letting go when it comes to the 5 and just keeping the chord. So here we go. I've got my thumb on the 5th string, and I go 8 7 5, and I start with a bass note. And now it goes 5 7 8, and I need another bass note here. 5 7, 8. My second chord is a full bar with 1 additional finger, our middle finger, 2nd finger, on the 8th fret of the 3rd string. And that needs to stay down also for 6 beats or 6 melody notes or 2 measures. So in order to play 7 8 7 here, which is my melody, I can't use my middle finger to play the first string. I have to reach under with my ring finger to do it. So you'll get used to this. It's not too bad. The bar is the worst part. And remember, with your bar, you really only need the bottom string and the top 2 in order to, for the most energy, the most weight. The middle can be fairly relaxed. So there's a little bit of the feeling like the bar isn't equal pressure all the way along. You have more pressure near the tip and near the base of your finger. So here I go. I've got my bar, full bar at the 7th fret. And I'm going to play bass note at the beginning, 7 8 7. Ring finger reaches under for 8, and then back to 7. Then I get a bass note with 11, and that pretty much has to be your pinky. Then back to ring for 8, and then back to the regular chord, for 7. Then I release and I play 7, 5, 3, just like the beginning works. And then 3, 2, 0 as well. Okay, and now we're at the kind of ending few chords of the piece. The first one of this row is going to be very much like valse, if we worked on that one yet. All second frets, it's a version of a B7. And this chord is actually first finger, 5th string, 2nd fret, second finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then ring finger, 3rd finger, is 2nd fret on the 1st string. My right hand thumb needs to move up to the 5th string here, and the melody is all 2s, which I'm already holding in my chord. So I just play my pattern 3 times, starting with my bass note. So 1, 2, 3. Then the chord shifts slightly. The bottom note moves from the 5th string to the 4th string and also to the 1st fret. So one finger moves and my right hand thumb needs to move to the 4th string where that finger now is. So it's 4th string, 1st fret, and my right hand thumb needs to be there too to play that bass note. Now my melody here is 2, 3, 2, or F sharp, G, F sharp. So my pinky's the only finger I have left to play that note. Here I go, starting with the bass note. 2, then 3 comes down, and back off to 2. And then my very last chord is 2nd fret on the 4th string, 2nd fret on the 5th string, and 3rd fret on the 6th string. There are lots of ways to do this with your fingers, and it almost makes more sense in this piece to just build one at a time as you play through the chord instead of trying to block the whole chord. So this takes a lot more transitioning to just be there. It's almost better to come from your last chord and then just put one finger down at a time. 2nd fret on the 4th string, 2nd on the 5th, 3rd on the 6th. And all those changes we're hearing are all in the bass. Our thumb has to walk from the 4th to the 5th to the 6th string. So our thumb is doing all the interesting things in this measure, right? So we actually, this is the only time when our thumb plays on every beat of our measure. So it's thumb plays 4th string, 2nd fret, and it's all open strings above that. And then my thumb has to move to the 5th while I play the 2nd fret, 5th string with my left hand. Then 3rd fret on the 6th string, and my thumb also has to come down to the 6th string to play that bass note. And then to end the piece, we just play no arpeggio, both open E's. And then if we want to repeat, on the 3rd beat we play the 2nd fret by itself and slide back into the beginning 7. So I'm going to play all the way through, stopping and starting with a couple reminders, and then I'll play all the way through as if it's in a performance. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. So 7. Next group is 7, 5, 3. 3, 2, 0. 0, 3, 7. 12, 12, 12. 12, 10, 8. And here I remember pinky on 8. So I can then build my half bar easily. My right hand moves, my thumb on my right hand moves to the 5th string. And now I have my 8, 7, 5 with my half bar at 5. Ready? 7, 5, bass note again, 5, 7, 8. Full bar, 7th fret, middle finger has to be on the 8th fret of the 3rd string the whole time. 7, 8, 7 is my melody. 11, 8, 7. And then the bar is done, and I go back to regular pattern, 7, 5, 3, 3, 2, 0. Then I get my chord that is basically a stack of 2nd frets, all on different strings, the 5th, the 3rd, and the 1st. Double check your right hand thumb, make sure it's on the 5th string, and I play 3 beats there. I make one slight change to the left hand. My first finger goes to the 1st fret on the 4th string, and my thumb goes with it to the 4th string. My melody is 2, 3, 2 here. Pinky for 3. And then I build my final chord. 2nd fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, 5th string, 3rd fret on the 6th string, and then open E's. And I'm going to repeat and play slowly without any stops. Two, I'm going to repeat slightly faster. 3, 1. And it's always nice to slow down at the end there. Again, that's kind of a given in most classical music. The very last time, at the very end, you always kind of slow down gradually. Give some weight to the ending. Okay, good practicing. Have fun.